Imagine a tiny, furry construction crew working day and night, digging tunnels, setting up escape routes, and gossiping about the latest prairie drama. No, this isn't a rodent reality show. This is the world of prairie dogs. These pint-sized architects of the wild are way more complex than you might think. So, let's grab a shovel, metaphorically, and dig into the fascinating world of the prairie dog. First things first, what are prairie dogs? No, they're not actual dogs, though they have a bark that could make even the neighborhood chihuahua take notes. These little critters are a type of ground squirrel found in North America, and they belong to the same family as chipmunks and marmots. With their round bodies, expressive eyes, and twitchy noses, they might be some of the cutest rodents on the block. There are 5 species of prairie dogs: black-tailed, white-tailed, Gunnisons, Utah, and Mexican prairie dogs. But today, we're rolling out the red carpet for the black-tailed prairie dog, the most famous and the most chatty of them all. These little chatterboxes can be found across the Great Plains, shaping the landscape in ways you wouldn't expect. Now, if you thought humans were the only ones with fancy real estate, think again. Prairie dogs build extensive underground burrows, complete with separate rooms for sleeping, nurseries for their pups, and even designated bathrooms. Yes, bathrooms. Prairie dogs believe in hygiene, folks. Their burrow systems are so complex that they can last for generations, passed down like tiny subterranean mansions. These tunnels can stretch for over 100 feet and go about 10 feet underground. If you ever had dreams of living in a cozy bunker, prairie dogs are already living that dream. Their burrows also help regulate temperature, keeping them cool in summer and warm in winter. A survival hack we could all learn from. Here's where things get wild. Prairie dogs have a sophisticated language that includes different barks, chirps, and jumps. Scientists have found that they can describe predators in detail, like whether a human is tall or wearing a red shirt. They'd be great eyewitnesses for a prairie police force. Some researchers even believe their communication system is one of the most advanced in the animal kingdom. Imagine walking through the prairie and having a prairie dog scream, "Red-shirted human approaching." Probably bad at running. That's next-level communication. They've even been observed adjusting their calls depending on how fast a predator is moving. Prairie dogs don't just work hard, they socialize hard too. They live in close-knit family groups called Coteries. These families groom each other, play, and sometimes even engage in affectionate kisses. Talk about family goals. It's this strong social bond that helps them thrive despite the many dangers they face. But it's not always sunshine and tail flicks. Sometimes there's drama. Rival coteries can have intense battles over territory. And let's just say, prairie dogs are not above a little rodent real estate war. These battles can get pretty intense, with chases, brawls, and even strategic alliances forming. Life isn't all digging and chit-chat for prairie dogs. They have plenty of enemies lurking around. Hawks, foxes, badgers, snakes. They're all hungry for a prairie dog snack. Even humans have historically hunted them, viewing them as pests rather than the ecological heroes they are. But remember their alarm system. It's like having a neighborhood watch 24/7. One sharp bark, and the whole town dives underground, faster than you can say, hide-and-seek champion. This incredible teamwork and quick reflexes are what help them survive in such a dangerous world. Now, you might be thinking, cool, but why should I care? Well, prairie dogs are what scientists call a keystone species. Their burrows provide homes for other animals like burrowing owls, rabbits, and even snakes. Although, let's be honest, probably uninvited ones. They also help aerate the soil, making the land healthier. By keeping grasslands in check, they also prevent overgrowth that could lead to wildfires. Without them, the prairie ecosystem would be in serious trouble. And yet, prairie dogs have lost huge amounts of their habitat due to farming and development. And believe it or not, some people just think they're pests. Rude, right? Efforts are being made to protect them, but their populations continue to face serious threats. So, the next time you see a prairie dog, give them a nod of respect. They're not just fluffy little diggers. They're architects, socialites, master communicators, and the backbone of the prairie. And who knows, maybe one day we'll finally decipher their language and find out what they think of us. Now, it's time to see how much you've learned from today's episode. We've got 3 fun trivia questions coming up. Ready? Let's start. Question 1. What is the primary reason prairie dogs bark? The correct answer is B. To warn about predators. Prairie dogs have an advanced warning system using different sounds to alert their colony about predators. Let's go to the next question. Question 2. What is a prairie dog family group called? The answer is A. A coterie. Prairie dogs live in tight-knit family groups called coteries, which consist of a male, several females, and their young. And for our last question, question 3. Why are prairie dogs considered a keystone species? The answer is A, because they build tunnels for other animals. Prairie dog burrows provide shelter for many other species, making them crucial to the ecosystem. Great job if you've got all 3 correct. If you missed one, don't worry. Now you know more about the fascinating world of prairie dogs and why they're so important to their ecosystem. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.